What if colonization never happened? Before we tackle our topic, please subscribe my YouTube channel.
Have you ever wondered, what if the Philippines was never colonized? Picture a time before the Spanish set foot on these islands, a time when the archipelago was a melting pot of diverse cultures and traditions. The Philippines wasn't just a single entity, but a collection of numerous indigenous tribes, each with their own unique customs and way of life. The Ifugao of the Cordilleras, the Taboli of Mindanao, the Ivatan of Batanes, these tribes and many more were the original inhabitants of these islands. They lived in harmony with nature, their lives deeply entwined with the land and the sea. The Philippines also boasted of thriving trade relations with its neighbors. Goods, ideas and culture flowed freely between the archipelago and the kingdoms of China, India and the Malay archipelago. Now imagine a world where this rich cultural tapestry was allowed to evolve naturally, without the influence of foreign powers. Intriguing, isn't it? Now let's delve into an alternate timeline where the Philippines was never colonized. Imagine a timeline where the Spanish never landed on the shores of the Philippines. What would this alternate history look like? Let's delve into this fascinating realm of what-ifs. In this timeline, the indigenous tribes of the Philippines would have continued to flourish, possibly evolving into organized states or countries. We see this trajectory in other Southeast Asian nations that escaped colonial rule. In such a scenario, the diverse cultures of the Philippines, each with its unique traditions, languages and arts, would have been preserved and nurtured, unaltered by foreign influence. The Ifugao, known for their impressive rice terraces, could have developed an agricultural powerhouse, feeding not just their own people but also trading with neighboring nations. The Taboli, master weavers and metal workers, might have established a renowned center for arts and crafts, attracting artisans and scholars from afar. And what about the economy? Without the burden of colonial rule, the Philippines could have flourished economically. Think of the prosperous sultanates of Indonesia and Malaysia. Their wealth came from lucrative spice trades and strategic trade routes. The Philippines, blessed with abundant natural resources, could have established similar trading systems, creating a robust economy based on its own terms and conditions. In terms of politics, the Philippines could have formed its own unique form of governance, tailored to its diverse cultures and traditions. Instead of adopting foreign systems, the political structure could have grown organically, rooted in the country's rich cultural heritage. This could have led to a stable political environment, as the governance would be more in tune with the needs and aspirations of the people. But it's not all rosy in this alternate timeline. The lack of a unifying force like the Spanish were could have led to conflicts among the different tribes and states. The island's strategic location could have made it a target for other colonial powers, and without the influence of Western science and technology, progress could have been slower. This timeline, however, is not without its challenges. But isn't it fascinating to imagine what could have been? It's a reminder that history is not just about what happened, but also about the possibilities that were left unexplored. In this alternate timeline, the Philippines faces its own set of challenges. Imagine a world where the islands of the Philippines stand as a beacon of independence in Southeast Asia. But with freedom comes responsibility, and in this case a host of potential adversities. Let's consider the geographical location of the Philippines, right at the crossroads of the East and the West. The nation could face threats of invasions from other powerful Asian countries. Without the protection of a colonial power, the Philippines would have to develop a strong defense system early on to maintain its sovereignty. Then, there's the issue of internal conflicts. The Philippines is a diverse archipelago with over 7,000 islands, each with its own unique culture and traditions. Uniting these islands into a single cohesive nation would be a monumental task. There's a possibility of tribal wars, power struggles, and conflicts over resources. The challenge here would be in establishing a fair and just system that respects the diversity of its people while maintaining unity and peace. Now let's talk about international trade and diplomacy. In this timeline, the Philippines is a fledgling nation trying to establish its place in the world. Without the economic backing of a colonial power, it would need to leverage its natural resources wisely and develop robust trade relationships with other nations. It would also need to navigate the complex world of international diplomacy, a task that is no walk in the park. Despite the potential struggles and conflicts, the Philippines would be a nation of resilience and determination. The challenges would be steep, but the spirit of bayanihan, a Filipino tradition of communal unity and cooperation, would guide the nation through these trials. This spirit of unity, coupled with the natural resourcefulness and resilience of the Filipinos, would form the backbone of the nation's survival and growth. Despite these challenges, the Philippines in this alternate timeline remains resilient. It stands as a testament to the strength and spirit of its people, constantly adapting, evolving, and striving for a better future. The road might be tough, but the journey would be worth it. Now, what might the Philippines look like today in this alternate timeline? Well, picture this, a country that has blended its rich indigenous culture with the advancements of the modern world. A nation where the call of the hornbill echoes alongside the hum of drones. Imagine a nation that has harnessed the power of its abundant natural resources, from the sun, wind, and water, to fuel a roaring economy. An economy that thrives on sustainable tourism, technology, and innovation while preserving its lush landscapes and pristine beaches. This Philippines could be a beacon of technological innovation, with bustling tech hubs rivaling Silicon Valley. Local talents, unencumbered by cultural assimilation, would be free to innovate and create technologies unique to their homeland. They would be the architects of their own digital revolution, crafting solutions tailored to their needs and perhaps to the world. In terms of culture, imagine a vibrant fusion of the old and new. Traditional art forms would not just survive, they would thrive, evolving alongside new forms of artistic expression. The music, dance, and literature would be a unique blend, a testament to the resilience and adaptability of the Filipino spirit. Now consider the Philippines as a major player in Southeast Asia, an independent nation that has forged its own path, setting the pace for its neighbors, commanding respect on the global stage. As we imagine this alternate Philippines, we can't help but appreciate the resilience and vibrancy of the Filipino spirit. While this alternate timeline is fascinating to imagine, it's important to remember one thing. History and the myriad events that unfolded have shaped the Philippines into what it is today. The influence of colonization as seen in the country's culture, language, and identity is paramount. It's an integral part of the nation's tapestry, blending with the indigenous roots to form a unique Filipino identity. In the end, the Philippines we know today is a product of its rich and diverse history, a testament to its enduring spirit and resilience.